and we are moving on. We've got the last speaker. I've seen quite a lot of questions. We might not be able to go through them all. Please read them. Those that you think should come at the top. Maybe it was just asked last. Just say like, and then we will be upvoting them so that those that get majority can be asked. And I'm going to put the last speaker on the podium, and then we will go to those questions. Are we still okay? No, I'm not commenting, I'm not about to. Our last speaker of the day, ladies and gentlemen, he's an author of motivational books. We've got the copies here, Footprints of a Legend and Unlocking the Success Code. He's a pastor, he's a business coach, he's a philanthropist, he's an alchemist, an entrepreneur whose business ventures include taxis and restaurants. Well, he is the first black man to own Wimpy here in South Africa. His recent statement on Instagram says there is a correlation between the direction in which you pull yourself and your success. Okay, I'm saying that again. The direction in which you pull yourself, there is a correlation between it and your success. I don't know what is the topic today. All I know is that he's here to advise us further about business. Gentlemen, with the best round of applause possible, let's welcome Mr. Charles Ngobeni. You can either pull your zip up or pull it down. It's up to you. If you want to keep it down all the time, you will remain a brokey for life. Gentlemen, let me break some protocols. You have seen all these nice guys, wonderful guys in ties and suits. I just decided to remain. And the next protocol that I'm going to break, I'll just become closer to the people. That's the law of success. Be unique, be different. That's all. If we can all sell tomatoes here, who's going to buy? That's the first law. Mr. Makina, thank you very much for the invite. To the fellow speakers, it has been great. I don't even know what to say after Mafara has spoken. So all I can do is to summarize what everybody else has said, because I've got nothing of my own. I hope you're going to enjoy the summary. To the MC of the day, just to alert you that I'm old-fashioned, I'm 60 years old, and my watch moves slower than yours. No, I'm going to use my own watch, which is much more slower than yours. And a day is like 1,000 years to Christians, and 1,000 years is like a day. You know those scriptures, I'm not going to call them to you. So let me and leave me alone. I wrote my first book, Footprints of a Legend. It's a story of my life, from pauper to purpose. It's a book where I come from,
where I started until a few years later on. But the highlight and the climax of the story is a divorce. And if there were ladies here, I was going to make a disclaimer and say to them, don't ever think I'm available, because I'm not available anymore. I get a lot of women after reading the book and a lot of calls, and I'm not on the market either. The second book is what I call Unlocking the Success Code. It's a book where I went into churches, especially black churches. Monday to Monday, in Jamba, we don't even know from where to where and why. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, did you praise? Did you worship? No. Some of the songs that we sing, we just lose weight. It's just like an exercise. I want to build a church. Why don't you give the money that you had, that you had planned once and for all, and save time? And I went to white churches all over the world. I mean, I had the privilege of sitting down with T.D. Jakes, Kenneth Copeland, Bill Winston. If you check my YouTube, I interviewed him himself. Creflo Dollar, his wife, I had the privilege of speaking with her as well. You'll see that on my YouTube channel. I met a lot of people. I realized that there's something that makes these people tick. And I've hidden it in this book, Unlocking the Success Code. I don't know. Oh, you pay for it. Thank you very much. You look like you don't want to pay for it. It comes along with a workbook. Okay. Now you can title. I did a few research a few days back. I realized that having a room with a view adds 2 years to your life. Living with clutter, subtract 1 year from your life. Caring for a pet adds 2 years to your life. Noise pollution, subtract 5 years to your life. Being female adds 10 years to your life. That's why women live longer. Being married adds 7 years to your life. Getting a divorce, subtract 3 years to your life. Bad posture, the way you sit, subtract 3 years to your life. Being happy adds 9 years to your life. Low self-esteem subtracts 4 years. Insufficient sleep subtract 5 years. Having faith adds 7 years. Now at 60, because I want to live longer, I made this decision. I'm going to have a room with a view to add 2 years. I'm going to care for a pet another 2 years. I will stay married 7 years. I'll stay happy 9 years. I'll stay in faith add 7 years. That will take me to 87 years. And at 87, who cares whether I'm a female or male? Bill Gates, you probably say Microsoft. If I say Mafarafana, what do you say? What is one word that describes you? The law of difference. How different and how unique is your product? Genesis 1 verses 28 says, then God blessed them and said to them, this was the first commandment. He said to them, 1, be fruitful. And when he said, be fruitful, he was saying, have a
that you are rendering? Do you have a product or service, or do you only pray for your success? Prayer alone won't take you anywhere. You need to have a product and or services. That's a commandment from the Bible. Be fruitful. Produce, have a product or service. Multiply. In other words, when you said multiply, we're saying your product must have a higher purpose. It must feed nations, not only you. Number 3, he said subdue. Subdue simply means your product must be the best in the market, must be the best there is. And finally, he said dominate. Have dominion. Dominate the industry. Dominate the industry. The law of difference. Second law, the law of recognition. There was this young man who bought a picture, a beautiful picture from the auctioneers. Then, on that picture, he bought it very cheap. He took it home. And the wife was mad at him. He said, why are you buying this picture? It's so ugly. He said, oh, I like it. I don't know why, but I'm attracted to it. Then one day, as I was sitting down there, he decided, no, man, seeing that I'm fighting with my wife all the time, and the frame is beautiful, let me take this picture out of the frame so that I can put a picture of my wife on that frame. Maybe she'll be excited. Then once he removed that picture out of that frame, he realized that inside or behind that picture, there was another picture, which was deliberately hidden by the owner, because it was the most expensive picture. And perhaps he wanted to make sure that when thieves come into his home and take whatever, they'll leave the picture hanging there. He knew that there was something behind, which was very expensive. And the guy who bought it recognized the value behind the picture. When he took it back to the auctioneers, they paid him millions and millions for something that he got it for nothing. Recognize the value, the law of recognition. Jesus Christ himself had between 2 thieves, and only one of them recognized him. And as we're speaking today, he is with Jesus Christ. The law of recognition. Recognize the mentor in your life. Get a mentor. Get the best mentor. The voice of a mentor is for protection. You'll avoid pitfalls. You'll avoid what we have gone through. We have paid school fees for you. That's a mentor. Eli knew the voice of God. Look into the restaurants. Burger King. They sell burgers. And their slogan is, have it your own way. How do you want your burger? Extra tomato, extra onion, extra bacon. Not even a single burger is the same. That is Burger King. That's how they differentiated themselves. McDonald's, they sell burgers too. But it's all about speed. They don't care whether it's junk, whether it will kill you. It's all about speed. If you come to Wimpy, we sell burgers too. But we say, sit down and enjoy every moment. We don't worry whether you're in a rush or not. We are not McDonald's. But we are selling the same product. We get our bread from the same Sasco or Albany. The law of difference. What is one word that you can say today
that differentiate you from others. Noah, Ark, David, king. If I say Solomon, you probably say wisdom. If I say Oral Roberts, you say healing. Bonke, evangelist. Muhammad Ali, you probably say boxer. Maradona, soccer. Mandela, freedom. Steve Jobs, Apple. If I say Bill Gates, you probably say Microsoft. If I say Mafalafala, there was this young man who bought a picture, a beautiful picture from the auctioneers. Then, on that picture, he bought it very cheap. He took it home. Law of recognition. Recognize the mentor in your life. Get a mentor. Get the best mentor. The voice of a mentor is for protection. You'll avoid pitfalls. You'll avoid what we have gone through. We have paid school fees for you. That's a mentor. Eli knew the voice of God, while little Samuel could not recognize it. The law of recognition. And as a mentee, there are 3 types of mentees. We have got what we call a parasite, who wants to use you as a ladder. We hate them with passion. We have got what we call passive mentees, who want you to do everything for them. I've seen some other questions there. Where do I get the money from? You tell them, they say, okay, give me an application form. You give them an application form, please fill it for me. Then they say, please go and talk to them on my behalf. It can't be. It can't be. You don't have to be passive. And the best type of a mentee that we want to work with is a passionate one, who has got a great attitude. Recognize a mentee, a mentor in your life. Also recognize the opportunities that comes to your life. Opportunity of a lifetime lies within the lifetime of that opportunity. Once that opportunity is gone forever. It will never come back. The arms of a clock keeps on ticking, and they don't wait for any man. Grab those opportunities that comes to you. Recognize an opportunity and grab that opportunity with both hands. The other time, I realized and watched the people who were surfing on the sea. I realized that they wait for a wave to come. And then when the wave comes, it is then that they jump inside the wave so that they can surf further and they enjoy themselves. If you miss the sea wave, it may never come back again. Try it today to manufacture mask. Who would buy it? Manufacture sanitizer. Who would buy it? Opportunity of a lifetime lies within the lifetime of that same opportunity. Move with time. Change wherever you need to change. The law of recognition. When we grew up, we used to buy an encyclopedia. They refused to change. And Google took over. Who will buy an encyclopedia today? No one will Google information. Who still posts letters today? No one. Kodak, they refuse to change. We used to shoot pictures and send them to PO Box 66 Berkeley and come back after development after 6 weeks. Now you shoot 20, 50 pictures here and you delete some of them. Things have changed and they move faster. The law of recognition. We had LPs, then we moved to cassette, then we moved to CDs, then we moved to USB. Then nowadays what do? We download music. Stay chemical. They refuse to change. A new metro. They are gone. DSTV took over. And now DSTV refused to change. Netflix came in. Then they copied, they started the show next. It's too late. Too late. The law of recognition. Recognize the opportunities in your life. Number 3, the law of service. The law of service. You are promoted by the person you serve. Mentorship is never cheap, if you thought it is. The other time, I was seated at home, and Dr. Elijah Masongani, I think most of you know him. He said to me, Charlie, I need to go to Swaziland to meet with the Prime Minister. I said, no problem. As my spiritual father, the person who's mentoring me, can I go with you? And he said, no problem, let's go. But you know what it meant? It meant that I had to drive him from here to Swaziland, so that I have an opportunity to speak to him throughout the way and back. That's mentorship. I paid the price and I drove him. And for your information, I hate driving. I don't drive. That's why today I came with my driver, because I hate it with passion. Yesterday I worked, I think, until 9 o'clock. We left Joburg 9 o'clock, we arrived here 1 o'clock. And after 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I had to start with my prayers. Whilst I was still praying, someone from somewhere who calls himself a pastor, I'm still praying. He said, your breakfast is 9 o'clock. You're laughing. By that time, I'm not ready. I haven't bathed. I haven't slept. But I slept inside the car like a baby. I slept as many hours as we did. That's how I get my time. Get a mentor. The law of service. We went to Swaziland with Dr. Elijah. When we were there in Swaziland, after driving him, we went to see the Prime Minister. Guess what? I was holding his Bible, walking behind him. From there, he said he was going to see King Swat. I went with him. After that, the Prime Minister said, I want to do some businesses here. I don't even know what to do. I said, Prime Minister, don't worry. I'm here. You are promoted by the man you serve. Elijah to Elisha. Mordecai to Esther. Paul to Timothy. Moses
someone spoke about the focus here already.
If you don't focus on one dream until you finish it, you lose everything. The law of focus. Let me tell you something. In the taxi industry, as an example, this is what I picked up. One taxi, you make about 20,000 rand. If you have got two taxis, theoretically, you will make how much? 40. You won't make 40. You probably make 39. If you've got three, you're supposed to make 60. But you're losing more focus. You'll probably make 55. If you've got four, you're supposed to make 80. You won't. You'll make 71. The higher you go, you tend to lose focus. And you must know your climax. Like with me, I know in the taxi industry, my climax is 9. When I add the number 10 taxi, my income remains the same. I add number 11 taxi, my income starts dropping. I add 12, it drops. I sell one bag to 11. I come here. I sell another one bag there. It's here. So I know my climax is 9. That's how far my focus in the taxi business can take me to. Some other people, they call it a lead factor. And how do you enhance your focus? Very easy. Number one, have a dream wall. Others, they call it a vision board. If you come to my office, behind me is a map of our neighbor, Zimbabwe, where most of the Zimbabweans, they come to South Africa. I had that map of Zimbabwe before I even went to Zimbabwe. I knew where the Great Dyke starts from. I knew where the Great Chrome is found. I knew where Lalapanzi is, Gweru, Guburu, Marondera, Mutare, Kwekwe. I'm not talking about Bulawayo and Harare. I'm talking about the villages where the minerals are. Every time I walk into my office, I'll see the map there. I said, okay, here there's gold, here there's diamond, here there's this kind of minerals. It's my vision board. The other side of the wall is the wall with the pictures of my past. I hate it, but I celebrate it. The other part of the wall is the pictures full of my future, what I want to be. That is my vision board. If I were to check your phone now and look at the pictures, you'll be shocked. It's pictures of your past. Even the one that you shot this morning is already in the past. Do you have pictures of your future? Do you have pictures of what you want to be? I've got a model of an aeroplane because I want to have an airline of my own. And unfortunately to my son it was a toy. He messed it up, no wheels. I've got a model of a Ferrari. For me, I put it there as a vision to enhance my vision. Every time I walk into my office, I see Ferrari there, I see an aeroplane there. It reminds me of where I want to be, where I want to go. The law of focus. 1,000 wrong voices will whisper into your ear. 1,000 wrong voices will whisper into your ear each and every day, and they will not destroy you. your refusal to recognize the right voice will destroy you. The law of focus. Number 5, law of teamwork. Invest in human capital. You know what? I'm a dunderhead. I failed so many times at school until such time that one of my best friends, Pastor Strike Mangani, used to call me a professional university dropout. I went to TNT because I did not pass very well in my matric. Then I went to teach. I applied for a study bursary. Like enough, they gave it to me. Then I went to University of Natal. I enrolled there. I studied for only 1 year. I was excluded because I failed hopelessly. Then I went to TEFWOP to study there. TEFWOP, after 3 years, I was still doing my second year. And I failed my second year. Then my study leave was over. I had to go back to Guyana and work. At Guyana, there was another university called Unigas, which was the rehabilitation center for all the people who failed in other universities. You would get only old people, no youngsters there. And it was only in the evening. I tried it. I failed. But after 6-7 years, I was left with only one course to finish up a 3-year degree. Then I went to UNISA. I said, no, TEFWOP, can you give me something, a letter to UNISA? They gave it to me. UNISA, they accepted me. I failed. I'm an F student, but I employ A students. Hence, I ace whatever I do. If you employ someone who is equal to you, your business will grow to their level. If you employ someone who is greater and smarter than you, your business will grow to their level. The law of teamwork. You need to value your team. Simple saying, I value you. Your team needs to be inspired. To inspire is different from motivation. I don't inspire my team. I don't motivate my team, I inspire them. When I inspire them, I take the best out of them. When I motivate them, I push them to do what I want. They operate at their level best when they're inspired. You empower them, then you give them courage to be real, courage to be themselves. I don't delegate authority. I delegate authority. I don't delegate task to my team. When I delegate authority, in other words, I say, this is the authority, these are the parameters where you can operate, go and be the best you can be. But when I delegate task, what happens when the task is over? You sit down and wait for me to come back and give you another task. And I also delegate stress. I give them freedom to be creative. You know, the other thing when you deal with your staff, because you have got only 2 hands, you can only handle 2 things at a time. If you want to handle more, get teamwork. Know the language of your team. Language can be barrier. I don't know how many Zulu speakings are here. You know, I had another girlfriend from Zulunyana, so. And she used to make me angry. When I speak to her nicely, I go, Charlie Batu, Unamanga. How do you tell me Unamanga? I come for another story. I go, Unamanga. Until I realized, no, man, to a Zulu person, when they say Unamanga, it's a, yeah, tell me more. It's an exclamation. You will know I'm surprised. Give it to me. Sometimes the word empty, you know empty, simply means a bottle. It does not mean empty. Sometimes the word I am sure does not mean I'm sure. I mean, maybe, most probably. But what do we say? I am sure. The word checkers is a plastic. It's not the checkers that you know. Know and understand the language of your team. Now I'm busy writing a book on women and men and family. One other thing that I've discovered is that when a woman says, I don't have anything to wear for a specific function, she simply means, I don't have anything new. And when a man says the same words, I don't have anything to wear, it simply means I don't have anything clean. Same statement, different meaning. Know the language of your team. This one has been said already. Take a pause. Take a pause. Don't be hasty to speak. Retaining your softness in spite of abuse sometimes is the best form of defense. There's a picture. I don't know if the clip is there. Do you have my clip? Yes, if you can play it. If you look into that picture, you can take it up there later. There's a man there on top. And that man there, there's a rock. And there's a woman there. There's a snake. The man there does not realize there's a snake there. And the woman there does not realize that the man there is trapped. Are you able to play it? Okay, no, if you can just okay.
I recently came across this image and story and had to share it with you. The man in this picture doesn't know that there is a snake underneath. The woman doesn't know that there is a stone crushing the man. The woman thinks, I am going to fall, and I can't climb because the snake is going to bite me. Why can't he use a little more strength and pull me up?
Practice the pause. Practice the pause. Be kind to others. Time does not allow me to go to law number 6, which was about prayer. But it has been said already that you can't do anything without prayer. All I can do, I can just read you one scripture on prayer, then I sit down. You know that prayer is communication with God. Am I correct? If you spend time with God, you become better. John 4, verses 7 is a story about this woman at the well, whom we criticize. And from my view, she was a great woman because she was a marriage material. She managed to lose 6 men and marry them. Not fat and set. If you read that story, you realize that verses 9, the woman says, "You're a Jew." Verses 11, she called him Sir. He's no longer a Jew. Because they communicate with God. And the more you communicate, verses 19, she says, "I now perceive you're a prophet." So you're no longer a Jew, you're no longer a Sir, you're a prophet. Verses 25, she now says, "No, man, you are Messiah." So the more you engage yourself in prayer, you communicate with God, is the more God will reveal himself to you. And verses 42, she says, "Indeed, you are Christ, the Savior of the world." Engage yourself in prayer. The other time, I went to Durban and I stopped at Moy River. And when I stopped there at Moy River, I went to the bathroom. That's Moy River is halfway to Durban. I went into the bathroom, and as I was there in the bathroom, I went into the urinal. Then I helped myself. But you know, our men's gents would write nonsense on top. Then I was there. Then I'm reading. Ubusasa bakho busezandleni zakho. Ubusasa bakho busezandleni zakho. Gentlemen, from today, your future is in your hands.
A round of applause for Mr. Charles Ngobeni.
Thank you very much for that, sir.
And we are